Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I would like to thank all my subscribers and thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and liking my videos. Thank you so much. So today I'm here with a simple artwork. Now Dasara celebrations are going on and everybody would like to decorate their homes. So I am going to do something very simple but very beautiful and creative to decorate our house. So here I am having a small bottle of Coca-Cola. This is just 20 rupees bottle, small one. If you want a bigger one, you can take a bigger bottle. This we will use and we will make the decoration item. So let's start now. We'll just peel off this sticker and using a cutter or a knife I'm going to first cut off the neck. I'm going to just cut the neck. Now I have cut the neck of the bottle. Now I'm going to cut this over here. So again with a knife. So you can use a scissor also and cut it. You can mark it as well before you cut, so it will be easy for you. Now you can see this is the shape of this bottle. Using this, now we will use some clay and we will start working on it. So here I have taken some clay. We can use homemade clay also, anything that you have, air drying clay. So here I have some talcum powder, any powder that we use, you can use this so that it doesn't stick to our hands. So using this clay, I'm using some little bit of Fevicol around this neck, very little you can see. And then I'm going to make this into a round shape like a mountain, like this, and then I'm going to press it from inside like this, and then this we will keep it on top of this, and then now we will press it evenly so that it sticks well and also takes a good shape. Now the top part you can just make it a little flat like this from one side. So you can see that the shape is like this. The shape is like this. Now that's it. So we will allow this to dry. Now I'm using a brush and I'm going to pierce a hole. So just place your finger here and then gently pierce it from one side. You can see the hole here. Then from the other side also the same way we will make a hole. So you can see, and then press off the extra part like this and allow this one to dry. So now we are going to, I've used the same clay and I made it long like this. I've just rolled it with my fingers. Now we will use some glue in the edge of the bottle like this, and then we will stick it. We will just stick this around like this. If you have excess, you can just pinch it off and then just make it like that. So now I have made it this way. Now using a little bit of powder, I'm going to press it. I'm going to press it first inward like this. Just gently press it. If you feel it is more sticky, you can use more powder. So evenly you can do this. Now using a little more powder, I am going to press the clay outward little bit, so it has to come out of the bottle. So like this we will press all around to get the shape. So you can see that the bottle is still here and little outwardly. It has come a little outward. So this is how you have to do it. And if there is any correction, you can do it, because it will take some time for it to dry, like 1 hour. So you just have to keep it like this, upside down. So the bottle that I cut, I'm using it. So I'm going to place it upward like this so that it doesn't get disturbed, and we will allow this to dry. So here I'm using a piece of wood. If you don't have a wooden piece, you can use anything like plastic or anything you can use. Even a pipe you can use, which is of no use. This small piece of wood I'm using here, and this nylon thread, black nylon thread, you get it in any fancy stores. So I'm going to use this to tie this one. So we will tie this up first. So I'm tying this one tightly. So 2 together. So I'm leaving 2 threads here like this, and then the rest I'm cutting it off. So here I'm cutting this extra. Again I'm going to tie another thread in the middle. The same way we will put 2 knots. And so now we have 2 threads here. So I'm going to cut this off like this. Now again I will make the third one. We'll tie this also. Now I have made, now there are 3 threads here, each having 2 strings. So I have tied it like this. Now the same thread we will use, and we will tie one here and one here. This is downward, we will tie it upward. Taking double thread here, and I'm going to tie it in the corners. First I will tie this here. This you can just put 2 knots. So I made a knot here. The other end of the same thread, we will tie it to this corner. So you have this string for the hanging. So we will tie it here. So you can see that I have tied this both sides, and we have 3 hanging strings and 1 here on top to hang. Now we will use some clay and we will decorate this part. So we will cover these strings which we have already tied. For that I am taking some clay here. Now I am going to apply some glue. Even on the strings there is no problem. You get decorative, like very creative threads also, which has lot of designs and colors in it. You can even use them, so it looks even more beautiful. But now I have only this, so I am using only this black thread, but still we will try to make it look as good as possible. Now I have rolled this clay and I have placed it on top of this. The strings should be covered, so just gently press this one neatly. Like this. To smoothen, you can just run your finger on top of this so that it becomes smooth and nice. You can even dip your hand in a little bit of water, and then you can give the proper shape to the clay. Now I am going to give a design to this. Just you don't want it to be plain, so I'm using a pen, the back side of the pen, and I'm just going to give impression like this. You can see this is how it comes. It's very simple, but it looks very nice. Just give this impression, zigzag, like zigzag, and it will be done. Once it becomes hard, and then later on we can paint it. Now the design is done and it looks really nice. We will allow this to dry. Meanwhile, we will see if our cups are already ready. Now this is ready. It's become nice and hard. Now this is ready for painting. Now you see the bell is ready. It looks like a bell. It will be beautiful once we finish coloring this. Now first we will use acrylic colors, and first we will use black color and color the entire thing in black. Now I have taken acrylic color for this. Now I am going to paint the entire thing with black. Don't use water. No need to use water, just directly apply the paint and allow it to dry. So we will complete this with black and let it dry, and then we will work on it. Now you can see I have painted it all black. Now we will just leave it for a while for it to dry. Now this is drying. All the other bells also are drying. I am using wooden beads. If you don't have wooden beads, you can use this clay and you can make artificial beads, and then you later on you can color them. This is with clay that I have made. If you these beads are actually very cheap. You get them in any art and craft stores, so very easily, and even in colors you get them. So I'm going to use this bead. So we will So now I've taken this bead up, and now I'm going to just put 2-3 knots so that the bead does not come down. This has a very big hole, so we need to add 3 to 4 knots. Like this. So now this bead will not come down. Now we will keep the string straight like this, and now I have artificial wooden butterflies. You can use any color, you get them in many colors. So I'm going to place one like this, and then place one on top of this, and I'm going to stick it. For that I will use some Fevicol. So I've placed like this, and I'm going to together I'll place this on top, and then I just give a gentle press, and we will allow this also to dry. Again, below this I will add one more bead, so I put another bead here, and again 4 knots. Depends on the thickness of the string that you're using. If it is thick enough, then you will need just 1 or 2 knots. Just see to that it just blocks the bead from falling down. So it's ready now. So 1 bead, 1 butterfly, and 1 bead. The rest of the string we leave it as it is. The same way we will complete the other 2 strings also. I have fixed all these beads and the butterflies in 3 different colors. I have put 2 beads on the first string. The second and the third I just left it because I want it like from big to small. So this will be the big one, the middle the smaller one, and this will be the smallest. So now I will use black color to paint this part of clay what I already pasted here, and also let it dry. Let's paint it completely with black. So now this is ready to be painted. I'm using flat brush and I'm using acrylic colors. So on top of this black we will give it different colors to make it more beautiful. Now leaving this part, the part which I have put clay, leave that part. On top of that I'm going to use yellow, and I'm going to, like this, I'm going to take it full round. So once this dries, we'll do one more coat on top of this. Until it dries, we will use red color on top of this, leaving a small part of black like this. So now red is done. So once these two dry, again we will give one more coat on top of this. Again we are going to use orange. So black, yellow, black, red, black, orange and black. Now two coats are over. Now it is bright enough to see. Now I'm going to use white acrylic paint and a very thin brush, and I'm going to make design on this black part. So now I'm using bud, using green color on yellow. So we make dots all around like this. Now I made the dots. So in between I'm going to place a black dot. So this is ready now. Here I did not use brush to paint this part. Instead I used my finger. Just I took a little yellow and just dabbed it here, and then a little orange with the same finger I dabbed it on the other half. So now you can see, and in between I have just kept one white dots. And even these beads were plain and boring, so I have just put some black dots, acrylic color dots on them. Now all our bells beautifully decorated and dried, they are ready to go. So now we will start fixing them. For that we will take the one which is going to be the longest one. So we will go step by step, big, small and the smallest. So here, as I already showed you, there are two strings and we have already made hole in it. So I am putting one. So I put one string inside this, and then now I am going to tie it up. So like this I have tied it. Now the next one, we will tie it a little. So the third one, I'm going to keep it here, so you can see the difference in the height. So this is tied now. If you want, you can add more beads, small beads on these two strings which is left over, or you just can cut it off. Now this is ready. Here in the front, the hanging part, here also I have added one bead, so we can just hang it on some nail or anything like that. So now this is ready. I will show you how it looks. So nobody will even say that this is made with Coke bottles, plastic bottles. Best out of waste and the best decor for this season. So try this out at home. If you are a new viewer, kindly subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thank you so much. Try this and please write to me in the comment section, and see you in the next video.